is redundant. The Lord says things all men over because we are stiff-necked, hard-headed people. Read that. We come together our people. Bring it up. We come together to our sheep in the house of Israel. Calm down and listen to one another. And more importantly, listen to this fight. So to this last day, the Most High is raising up the true prophets of God. All great. All great. When I find out what they weigh, remember, the Bible is only a vocabulary book. That's the question I'm asking. That nation is so great, like the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that has God so nigh up to the laws of God is the light that we gotta let shine before men.
Our enemies are from the hand of all that hate us. Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob.
So he established a testimony in Jacob. Jacob is the forefather of all these 10 tribes right here.
Right.
Okay, these are Jacob's kids. Go ahead.
And appointed a law in Israel.
And he appointed a law in Israel to the Israelites. That what?
Which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children.
So we got to learn them so we can teach them to our children. So we can pass them down generation to generation. Give me Matthew 15:3. But right now we caught up in what? In tradition. Okay? Did you celebrate Christmas? Did you celebrate New Year's? That's good. Don't celebrate none of that. Read that flyer and come back and see us. Read that. Go ahead and read that. Yeah.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, and verse 3. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition?
And that's what we do. We transgress the laws of God by our tradition. We transgress the laws of God by keeping Christmas when the Bible says don't do that. We transgress the laws of God by keeping birthdays. Hey, brother, right there in the red coat. Bruh. Our people don't want to hear the Bible. Go ahead. We transgress the laws of God by keeping Christmas, by keeping birthdays, by keeping Easter. Hey, brother in the hat. Brother right there. Come here for a second. Let me talk to you for 1 second. Come on over here, bro.
Why you gonna put me on blast?
I ain't gonna put you on blast, man. I just want to have a conversation with you. We brothers, right? What's your name, bro? Charles? Good to meet you, man. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Do you see yourself on here? Do you know who you are according to the Bible? So I'll share a little knowledge with you today.
No.
Are you a so-called African American?
No, I don't get it.
Okay. So, I mean, everybody has a nationality. Everybody has a heritage. Everybody has a father, right? So do you know what race your father is? So-called black man? Where's he from?
From what I've studied.
Is he from the States? Is he from the islands?
No. I don't get it.
What country? What?
I know that's a lot of stuff a lie. And misled stuff by tradition, like in
Uh-huh.
Man.
Huh? That's where your father's from.
I believe that's
Where were you born?
here in Baltimore.
You was born in Baltimore. Did your father grow up here?
No, North Carolina.
He grew up in North Carolina. So he's so-called, he will be a so-called black man. Okay, well, according to the Bible, the so-called blacks that were brought over here in slavery during the slave trade, okay, them, their forefathers, they're the Israelites according to the Bible. Okay, specifically the blacks are from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. But from what you're telling me, he most likely is from the tribe of Judah. Okay? Now, did you know that the reason that we came over here in slavery, that we was brought over here in the first place?
Right.
Do you know why?
That was the slavery.
Huh?
Profit.
The what?
Profit from the works of sweat, meaning,
Right, no, I got it. Okay.
like on slavery law,
Let me show you according to the Bible the real reason we came over here in slavery. Okay? Give me that in Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. At the same time, I want to prove to you, Brother Charles, that you are the people on this sign and that you're the people in this book. Okay? Watch this. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Hold on. First give me verse 1 and 1. I'm sorry. Give me 1 and 1. So we're going to read in the book of Deuteronomy. Are you familiar with the Bible at all? Okay, so the book of Deuteronomy was written by who?
that I'm not.
Moses. It's written by Moses. Okay, now let me show the first 5 books. Exactly, the Torah is written by Moses. Those are the laws. Okay, so let me show you who Moses was talking to in the book of Deuteronomy.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So who was Moses speaking to? He's speaking to the Israelites, right? To all Israel. Okay. Now watch this. Jump down. Give me 28. Now read verse 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So Moses told the Israelites, he said, listen, I'm about to give you the commandments, and if you do them, you're going to be the top nation on the earth, above all nations. That's what he said. Now, watch what it says in verse 15. So he's about to give them a choice. Say, if you do the commandments, you're going to be the top nation. Now watch what verse 15 say.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
if you don't listen,
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he said, if you do the commandments, you're going to get blessings and you're going to be the top nation on the earth. But if you don't do the commandments, what's going to happen? He said you're going to give them curses, right? Now, as you can see, he's talking to the Israelites. Now, watch these curses and you tell me who these curses identify on the earth today, okay? Give me verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So the Israelites would be cursed in the city and cursed in the field. Now when you go to any city, let's take Baltimore City. Do our people look cursed or blessed? Think about the people in the city, right? And where we live. Is it a good school system here? Is it high poverty here? Is it high crime rate? Is it murders taking place almost every day? Is it high drug use? Is it a lot of people that on child support? Is our women being raped? You see what I'm saying? That's being cursed in the city. Now cursed in the field, look at these right here. See these pictures of our people in the field? What they doing? What they doing right here? They're picking cotton. Okay? Cursed in the field. That's slavery. That's how people being picking cotton, picking sugar cane. Do you know what they was picking here in Maryland? The slaves was picking here in Maryland? Tobacco. This is a tobacco state. That was one of the hardest crops to harvest. That's being cursed in the field. Somebody making you get up before sunrise, get out in the field and work till sundown, and give you a quarter pint of water for the whole day. That's cursed in the city and cursed in the field. Okay? Did that happen to the people that's over in Israel now? Them Israelis, not Israelites. Israelis. That never happened to them, did it? Okay? Give me verse 32. Let's see if this happened to them or if this happened to us.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So it says, for breaking God's commandments, the Israelites' sons and daughters will be given to another people. Look at this right here. What's happening? What's happening right? Where's the one with the right here? Can you see that? What's going on? Exactly. They selling people on slave auction blocks, right? That's our people being given to another people. That's us being sold from plantation to plantation. Our sons and daughters given to other people. Bring it up to today, it's still happening. If they don't like the way that you run in your house, and somebody calls CPS saying that you're not dealing with your kids the right way. What's CPS? Child Protective Services. What do? They come and take your kids. They come and take your kids. Our sons and daughters given to another people. Okay, and we don't have no control over it. And it's going to say that. Read on.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Now that means, it says, thy eyes shall look, meaning that these people just came and took away your kids. Now think about today with CPS and think about in slavery. Somebody would come and take your kids. They give them to somebody else. What could you do about it? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Same thing today. That's why it says your eyes shall look and fail with longing for them. All you can do is want your kids back, but nothing you can do to get your kids back.
There shall be no might in your hand.
It says there ain't gonna be no might in your hand. Might meaning no physical might. You couldn't go and fight to get them back. You didn't have no money where you could go buy them back. You didn't have no military and no guns, no weapons where you could go and put some people together like we going to get. There's nothing you can do. Who that happened to? Happened to us. So it said these are the words that Moses spake to all Israel. So that's telling you who these are prophecies that became that now history. Okay? Now think about it. This was prophesied about like 3,000 years before it happened. Okay? So when we read through these curses, we get to see who the children of Israel are. Okay? Give me verse 37. Watch this.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
So the Israelites will become an astonishment to all the other nations. When you see something astonishing, what did that mean? What do you mean? It's amazing. You shocked. You like you amazed. You shocked. You like, I can't believe this. Do you know what that is? Have you seen the music today and the music videos? Do you see what our sisters wear? How they dress? You see sisters walking down the street with green hair, purple hair. You see somebody walking down the street with their whole face, neck, arms covered in tattoos. That's astonishing. That's amazing. We never lived like that. Okay? Pants down to their knees. Okay? That's an amazement to the other nations when they see us like that. Okay? Like, why do they look at us and go, well, why they always calling their women bees and hoes in the music? You know what I mean? And then that translates into what? Into how we treat each other literally on the street. Okay? Read on.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So it said the Lord's going to lead us into all nations, meaning he would take the Israelites for breaking his commandments, scatter them into all nations. It says, and in those nations where they scattered, they would become a proverb and a byword. What's a proverb? Think about the book of Proverbs, right? What is it? It's a book of what? Wise sayings. So the other nations have wise sayings that they say about us. Okay? What's your name, bro? I know your face. Huh? Ox? Okay, Ox. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna start the sentence. You finish it, all right? If you want to hide something from a Negro, you put it where? Why you know that? Because it's a wise saying that the other nations say about us. Okay? They say we lazy. They say all black people like chicken and watermelon. These are different sayings they say about us. They say black men don't take care of their kids. Black men don't marry their women. These are the things they say about us. Okay? Unfortunately, a lot of those things have now become reality. Okay? But that's what the Bible's saying. That's the proverb. Now it says, and a byword. What's a byword? A byword is this. No matter where you go on the earth, they all have a name for us. Meaning that if you go in here in America, what did they call us when they brought us over here in slavery? What did they call us, brother? When the white man brought us over here in slavery and they had us in the fields working, when they hit you with that whip, what they call you? They called us nigger. Okay, no matter where you go in the world, guess what? They got a name for you. If you go to Africa, guess what they call you? They call you a kata. You know what that means? Cotton picker. They call us coons. They called us, think about this. Anytime, now, cracking the whip. Yeah, but think about this. If they calling you anything besides what God called you, an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, think about when we came over here. He said what? They called us niggas, but then they called us what? They called us Negroes. They called us Afro-Americans. They called us African-Americans. They called us coons. They called us porch monkeys. They called us colored. They called us colored. They called us black. How come we the only people who name our nationality keep changing? They keep calling us all these different names, and they calling you everything except for what God called you. That's a byword. That's what the Bible's saying right there. Jump to 48. Watch this. Matter of fact, start at 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee.
So it says, remember it said in verse 15, it said that it was going to be curses on the Israelites for breaking God's commandments. Now in 46 it's saying, and they, meaning, and the curses shall be upon thee. It's going to tell you why.
For a sign.
It says the curses are going to be on the Israelites for a sign. Let me ask you a question. How we know we on Penn North right now? Turn around. The sign say Penn North, right?
That's right.
So how we know that's Subway sandwiches? We got a sign that say Subway. So when we read these curses, they're going to serve as a sign to say, these are the Israelites. So when you read about the people that's cursed in the city, that's cursed in the field, when you read about the people whose children been given to another people and they couldn't get them back, when you read about the people that's called all these different names beside their God-given name, it said when you see that happen, those are the Israelites. Read on.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
And for a wonder. When you start to wonder who you are, when you start to wonder why is all this bad stuff happening unto my people, okay? This is why. Go ahead.
And upon thy seed.
And upon your children.
Forever.
Forever. Meaning ever since this time, all these thousands of years ago till today, these things are continuing to happen. Continuing to happen. But guess what? America, right? This is the last captivity. This is the last chance for you to get it right.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.